Sex.
Hello and welcome to Sex RX. I'm Gerri Willis. Not in the mood for sex? Yes, I am asking that question. But don't worry, if you're not alone. A new study suggests adults are having less sex than they did in the 1990s. But just how much sex should you be having? And how do you know if your sex life needs a makeover? Here to help, gynecologist and sexual medicine specialist, Dr. Maria Sophocles. Thanks, Maria, for being back with us. Appreciate your help. So the big question, is it true that couples aren't having as much sex as the 90s? And if so, why not?
Well, I think that these studies come out every decade, every 5 years, and we hear good and bad. And you have to be careful about just buying one headline. I think that's a really big generalization. But in general, studies that support that study are saying more couples have two working parents or two parts to the working couple. Working hours are longer, commutes are longer. So frankly, they're just tired. They're exhausted.
So we're working more.
So
we're less in the mood. Well, that
makes
makes
sense. We have less time for it.
All right. So are there rules of the road here? Is there a certain amount of sex you're supposed to have in any given month?
Well, speaking of studies do show that the success and happiness of a relationship long-term is linked to the sexual frequency. So up to a point, the less sex you have, the less tight a relationship is. But that only goes up to a certain point. Couples who have sex about once a week are the happiest. More than once a week might be fun, but it doesn't necessarily purport increased happiness. So once a week is and that's what most couples in the U.S. have. They have sex approximately once a week, almost always.
So we're doing it right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I would assume that not everybody's making that metric, right? Like if you're looking for the rule of the road, maybe it's not happening. What's a sign that your sex life needs a makeover?
Well, first of all, you shouldn't go hard and fast to that rule. If your married life or couple life is happy with once a month, then you're happy. But you should talk to each other to determine that you're happy and getting what you want.
That's always good.
Yeah. So signs that you might need a makeover: if you're feeling bored, if you're feeling like it's a routine, if you're feeling like it's a chore, or as one of my patients said, I feel like I have mercy sex just to do it and get it over with. I think those are bad signs. And I think it's time to take a look in the mirror and say, let's talk to each other and let's do something about it.
All right. Okay. So mercy sex, that's a new thing for me. Let's talk about some tips to turn it around. What do you do? There's got to be some hints, some tips you can give us.
Sure. Again, communication's critical, not in the bedroom, but when you can, go out and have a date night and talk about what used to be good and what isn't and what you think you can do as a couple. But there's a lot you can do individually. You can bring intimacy and erotic imagery to yourself, whether it's reading magazine articles, movies, things like that reinvigorate your own brain to remember to want to enjoy sex. You can look at your partner, not just as the guy taking the trash out or the woman picking up the kids from soccer, but as your lover and as your intimate partner.
That's difficult to do, but great advice. Dr. Maria, thank you for being here. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Gerri Willis, Fox News.